was a bad first half. I think we allowed their physicality to disrupt us offensively. They just they got into us, and our message in the huddles was like, we gotta play hard offense. A lot of people think you just gotta defend hard and fight over screens, but on offense you gotta fight for your position too. You gotta sprint in the screens. You got to set screens. You got to roll hard. We got to space. We got to cut. We got to be attacking. There's a lot of things you got to do offensively that gives you a chance to be successful. But when the team is playing that way, it's even more important to play with that type of focus. And I just think they came out and did that to us, and we just didn't respond to it well. And they jumped on top of us. And when we started to play how we needed to play, you see how the game turned. We gave ourselves a chance, but anytime you're playing against a really good team with good players and you dig yourself that type of hole and they start believing, even when you climb back into the game, it's like that takes so much out of you that getting over the hump is going to be even harder, and I think that was the situation that we was in tonight.
Did you feel like you guys were getting good shots in the first half? I mean, like you guys couldn't
I thought we got we was getting solid looks, in the first half. I just think that they just made us uncomfortable. It was like they wouldn't let us just play comfortable, so everything was like sped up, and even when we got good shots, it was like we were just rushing to get it there, like, oh my God, it's a shot. And that's just, you got to give credit to them for speeding us up that way. We turned the ball over. I think we had 12 turnovers at halftime. They just kind of had us out of whack a little bit. And like I said, against a really good team, you can't put yourself in that position and expect to win a game.
Is size an issue with this team? Because, tonight with Embiid, the other night with Jokic, it seems like whenever you go up against, one of those, like, elite centers like that, if Dirk gets in foul trouble, there's nobody else that you can even put in that can do anything with a guy like that. Is it something that's kind of an issue?
Yeah, I think it is. We're a small team. A lot of times we're undersized out there. And we can play as hard as we want sometimes. We out there working. You see Drew go contest a shot, and the ball comes off, and it's like we right there battling. But if the ball is 9 feet in the air, a big guy's gonna get to it before one of us is gonna get to it, even if we battling our ass off. So, I think we are a small team. So we got our work cut out for us to begin with, and once we play against some of these guys with that type of size across the board, we got to be even more locked into, putting our bodies on guys early and trying not to get into a situation where it's just a jump ball, basically.
Not just tonight, but just in general. When you get off to a slow start like that, why does it take more than just a couple of minutes to kind of figure out and adjust? It usually comes after the halftime when you have the moment to adjust, but why does that moment need to exist? Why does the fight take until that time to kind of come back in?
I think because a lot of times when it's happening, it's not really in your control because, they come out, they start the game that way, and not only are we trying to turn the tide, but you got an NBA team that's feeling good, so that's why it doesn't just turn, guys are great players out there, and if they feeling good, they feeling confident, things are going their way, they become even better, everything becomes harder to change, and that's something that is like a gradual change of momentum. You got to just keep making them work and just try to, take that flame away from them. And I think tonight we reached a point where we kind of like, we got it to go away. And, we got on a little bit of a run. It just took so much out of us to do that, and the game was only 48 minutes. And we didn't shoot the ball well. It wasn't like even when we came back, we was just making every shot. We just was playing so hard and scrapping and, trying to get back into it that we get an and one here, get a steal, get a run out, go to the line. It wasn't like we was just bang, bang, hitting shots. So in that situation, it's gonna be tough to win that game.
And you've talked about this team kind of playing tight sometimes, putting a little pressure on to make the perfect play. You feel like that was a little bit tonight too? The guys just trying to make the perfect pass, or, giving up a shot?
I wouldn't say make the perfect play. I think it's, like I said, just how they came into the game. It just made us, a little uncomfortable. That's what it seemed like. It just made us a little uncomfortable. you know, we kick out, you know, and it was important because of how they were playing. You know, they was having Embiid in the paint and just trying to protect the three-point line. And, you know, we kicked the ball out. It was like we was taking a shot because, you know, it was like, all right, you know, I got an opportunity to shoot it when we had opportunities to catch it and just rip and, you know, keep attacking dudes, you know, keep getting in the paint and make them have to react and, you know, get to the next play. But, you know, I think we just kind of, they had us sped up. They had us out of whack, a little uncomfortable. So I just think we weren't reacting instinctively. You know, it was just kind of like in a hurry, you know, uncomfortable. And once we settled in, you see how it changed and you see how it started to look a little bit different.
Sorry. We've seen you after games sometimes be a little upset by the things that transpired. You seem to be pretty matter of fact tonight. Are you just sort of chalking this up as just a bad half, bad matchup, just another night, or?
I mean, I never am happy about it. You know what I mean? But I think if this was a game where we came out, we played well, you know, like the Cleveland game, we playing a good game, and then at the end we have hiccups here and we have a letdown and we lose a game. But this one, you know, I feel like we didn't deserve to win the game. You know, you scored 34 points in a half. You let a team basically come out and, you know, kind of punk you to start the game and, you know, take you out of things. And, you know, we fought like soldiers do, you know, like we should have. We professionals, and that's what we get paid to do, is to continue to compete and try to win a game. But, you know, nobody in the world is looking at that game, walking away from it saying, man, we should have had that. You know, like they outplayed us, and we did what we were supposed to do to give ourselves a chance, and we wasn't able to overcome it. But, you know, I'm not going to be in here, you know, all angry and all that stuff, just when, you know, they played a game and they deserved to win the game, and we didn't tonight.
How crucial is this homestand that you guys have coming up?
It's very
It's
crucial.
Like, you know,
It's huge.
You've talked before about how, you know, you guys are just not really climbing out of this hole, but nobody else in the West has kind of separated themselves. So, you know, a good showing on this homestand, like maybe start to separate yourselves, or at least get back into the.
I mean, the time is now. You know, I think we fought so hard, you know, with injuries, and, you know, we had a losing streak, and just, you know, we fought so hard, a tough road schedule. And now, you know, I think 3 games under 500 now, and we got a home stretch and, you know, all winnable games, you know, all games that we going into it expecting to win. So I think the time is now to just lock in and, you know, just make it happen. And it's very possible, you know what I mean? It can be done, but, you know, I keep saying it just takes your mind being right. And, you know, we can't be discouraged. You know, we can't go with the way of how games are going. You know, you got to stay encouraged. You got to stay sharp in your preparation, and our minds got to be right, you know, collectively, so that we can come in and do what we got to do. And that's how these things turn around. You know, like I keep saying, I've been a part of it enough times to know that it seems like, man, we don't want to keep hearing the same thing, but for the people involved, you know, I know what has to be done for us to just, you know, hit our stride, and then it just starts to work, you know what I mean?